Hi guys, I'm Shazad and welcome on our YouTube channel. Today's we're gonna discuss about the controllers. If you talk about the MVC design patterns, you have the controllers. So controllers control everything. So when the controller receives the request, so the controller decide what to do. Either the controller send the request to the model or fetch the data from the model and render the data to the view. So how exactly you can create the controllers in Laravel 10? So let's get started.
Okay guys, so now first of all, what is the artisan command? So PHP artisan or the CLI command line interface is very useful whenever you create any kind of things like controller, like model, like migrations, like seeding. So these are the repetitive tasks. You always create the classes, you always create the files, you always create some models. So why you right click and why you click on the create button and why you create the file name? So this is the repetitive actions. So Laravel provides you PHP artisan command to create each and everything. Like if you write PHP artisan list, PHP artisan list, as you can see, these are the list available whenever you perform anything. Like it's saying PHP artisan, its options and then arguments. So about display basic informations. If you use the up, bringing the applications out of maintenance mode. So if you use the auth, clear the assets. If you use the language, and this is the make, because this is the options. And then if you pass the argument like make cast, create a custom eloquent channel, command, components, if you can create the controllers, events, exceptions, factory, jobs, listeners, mail, and as you can see, a lot of things available here. So if you talk about the migrate, you can also use the migrate fresh, install, refresh. We're gonna discuss about each and everything. Don't worry about it. While working on the model, you can use the model and also show notifications, optimize. While working on the packages, you can use the packages, and also while working on the queues, you can use the queues. While working on the sessions, so these are the list of the artisan command. So let's suppose I'm saying CLS PHP artisan make model, and now write your model name. I'm saying XYZ. X is capital because we know very well that while creating the model, we are going to create or we're going to create the class. So class always start from the capital letter. So hit the enter button. As you can see, Laravel knows that this is the artisan command to create the model. And now if you go to the model, and here as you can see, you have the XYZ class. Okay guys, so now as you can see, we have created the controller in our previous videos. So first of all, if you know about the MVC pattern or MVC design patterns, you have the model where you can write your business logics. You have a controller where you can control everything. Like if you are receiving the parameters and you are sending those parameters to the model, or if you are receiving the data from the model, so you're gonna receive the data from the model and you're gonna send that particular data to a particular view. So you always use the controller, and whenever you create the layouts, you always create the layouts in the view, or you define the views in the view sections. Okay guys, so we always keep all our controllers in the controllers. And now, if you talk about the artisan commands, we always use the artisan commands to create the files. So this is not the actual definition of the artisans. So as you can see, this is the server we have started, and this is the routes or the shells. Now, if I say PHP artisan make colon controller. So this is the command to create the controller. So you know very well that we gonna create the controller, and that is the actual a class. So class always start as a capital letter. So we always use the first letter as a capital. So let's suppose I'm saying about. That means, so this is a class name, and this is a command to create the controller. Fine. So just click on the enter button. So it's saying make controller because it's a controller. Click on the enter button. Successfully created. And now here, as you can see, this is the controller we have created. I'm saying public function. And now I'm saying the name of the function is index. And here return. And now I'm saying it's index about working. So we have defined a controller in the controllers sections. Now let's suppose we gonna create the route, and I'm saying this is the controller. Similarly, we have this route. So I'm saying route, it's a get route, and as you can see, this is the get. Now we are saying we have the get. I'm saying route controller. So this is the route controller here. Now I'm saying this is the about, and define your about controller here. You have two ways to define the about controller. You have to add like use app and about controller here, and then you can use the about controller here, and this is the index method you are accessing. So now I'm saying about, it's working. So let's suppose if you are not adding the manually, we have already discussed that if you have enabled the extensions, which is the PHP. So this is the extensions by this man. I have already installed the extensions, and then you can do this like route controller, and the system automatically add the file whenever you use the controller about and class. That's it. So now as you can see, this is the about, and here as you can see, this is the about. Just define the route. Here I'm saying about. Once again, refresh, it's working fine. So in this way you can create the controller. So what happens, let's suppose I'm saying PHP artisan make controller, and now write your controller name. I'm saying contact, first letter is capital. I'm saying dash dash resource. Just click on the enter button. You have successfully created another controller named the contact. So go to the controller. So this is the contact. So now as you can see, the system automatically, or the framework automatically created the CRUD operation. So as you can see, this is the index method, this is the create method, this is the store method, and this is the show method, this is the added method, and this is update, and this is the destroy method. So you don't need to create each and every methods. Just use the resource dash dash resource whenever you create the controllers. Okay, so now what happens if you have a controller and you want to assign that particular controller as a single actions? So let's suppose if I'm saying that this is another controller, I'm saying gallery, and now if I say dash dash invocable, just click on the enter button. Now as you can see, this is the gallery, and here as you can see, this is the invocable. Now you can use this controller as a single actions. It depends on your requirements how you are using. So in this way you can create the controller first of all. Now if I consider this contact controller, I can return the view. Now, which view? Go to the view. As you can see, you have the resources, you have the views, welcome, you have the default controller, or sorry, view, which is the welcome. Open this one. As you can see, this is the welcome. So whenever you access this one, uh, about, refresh the page, it's saying index about working. I'm saying, so this is the contact, not the about. I'm saying this contact, contact, and now I'm saying contact. Now, as you can see, it's loading the entire view. So if you open the view, now I'm saying this is a Laravel series H1, welcome, Laravel series, refresh. As you can see, it's now working fine. Right click, inspect element. As you can see, this is the HTML, and you just created the view, and you are loading the view. Now, let's suppose if you want to send the data from controller to the view, so how can you do that? I'm saying this is the data, and this is the associative array. I'm saying name, and here, as you can see, I'm saying John, send the second parameters as a data. And whenever you write or access the name, just use these braces. First of all, for now, we're gonna discuss about the templating engine in our later lecture. But for now, you can use the name. Fresh, as you can see, it's saying John. When you change the, let's suppose John Wick, fresh, it's saying John Wick. You can send as many as data as you want. So let's suppose I'm sending the S array like 1, 2, 3, 4, and here I'm saying array. And now you know very well that this is the array, so that's why you can use the var dump, and I'm saying array refresh. So this is the array. In this way, you can send as many data as you want. So now, how can you access this array? The loop. I'm saying for each loop, and here array. I'm saying my array. So you can use my array. So I'm going to this one, refresh. So as you can see, it's saying 1, 2, 3. If you are using the P, it's a, as you can see, 1, 2, 3. You can also use the if else by using the at, if set. So this is very basics. So we're gonna discuss about the templating engine. So what is the templating engine in Laravel? Basically, this is the templating engine. Laravel use the templating engine in our later lectures. But for now, you can send the uh, data from your controller to the view. You can receive the data from your controller to the view like this, and you can show the data like this. You can also use like this. But this is not recommended.
Okay guys, so in this way you can create the controllers in Laravel 10. So I hope guys you are enjoying our videos. If you think we are doing good, thumbs up, support us and our channel by clicking the subscribe button and pressing the bell icon so you never miss any update. So thank you for watching.